5 hidden signs that your avoidant ex still cares. In this video, I wanted to share those signs because I know as a former avoidant, my channel is called The Avoidant Therapist. I want to help you understand our psychology. After a breakup, and even when we date an avoidant, it's very hard. We are quite secretive, about our thoughts, our feelings, what we are about to do. And in the context of a breakup, it's even harder. So I wanted to spend a bit of time discussing those signs and explaining you what you should be doing when you have to analyze those signs, especially after a breakup, in order for you to make the right decision, in order for you to maximize your chances of getting back together. First sign is they stay in touch, even casually. So the thing is, avoidant, sometimes they withdraw, they ask for distance, but they keep you around. They stay in touch, they want to get news from you. Sometimes they would text you randomly. Maybe when you text them, they reply. You might have a pocket dial and stuff like that. The thing is, you also see some social media activities, so they will like your post, follow your stories, or watch your stories. That means these small efforts, they still think about you. So that's the first sign, is that they stay in touch. That's the first sign. Now, let me share with you something. I kind of lied to you. I'm not going to share with you those signs. Right now, you're craving for signs. You want to make sense of what happened. You want to talk to yourself, to the part of yourself craving the relationship. Because right now, after a breakup, there's a part of you, and I'm not criticizing that part of you, but it's important for you to recognize. There's a part of you idealizing the relationship, who has a hard time readapting from this new reality, right? The way we process breakups in our brain, the way it's hard to process breakup is because of this lack of predictability, this change in pattern. And so instinctively, what we want is to get back to the predictability, to things we know, to things we are familiar with. And that's why after a breakup, we are craving for those signs, right? And trying to make sense of things. Having helped hundreds of people, I can tell you, craving or looking for those signs is not helpful. It's useless and will actually reinforce any form of anxiety you're having right now. Because A, you can share with me a list of signs that you see. I wouldn't be able to make sense. Because everyone's different. Because, yes, we can't know how they feel. Yes, it's true, and I can't necessarily know how you feel. Yes, if you have an anxious attachment style, if you have a secure attachment style, you'll be more at ease expressing your needs and your emotions and feelings. But remember, we don't care about the signs. We don't care, and actually, if you think about it for a second, what you're doing is you're accepting the fact that you're putting yourself, trying to overanalyze tiny signals, right? Rather than the shift should be, okay, we broke up, I'm heartbroken, it's very hard for me to function, I'm super anxious and depressed, but I deserve someone who shows up, right? If you idealize this relationship, then okay, what should be this relationship? And how should this person treat you? Right? Should you be in a relationship where someone is so scared of talking, so scared of engaging with you that you'll accept, oh yeah, he's sending me memes on social media. That must be a sign that he's still into me. No, that's a sign that he sends you a meme. And that's what it is. Of course, sometimes people are kind of clumsy and they would send something because they don't know what to do. So what's the follow-up? If you reply, what are they doing with this? Being an avoidant is not an excuse. It's not because they are avoidant that they should treat you this way. It's not because they are avoidant that you should allow them to treat you this way. At the end of the day, if they broke something, they also need to repair it. So yes, if you have an anxious attachment style, if you have insecurities, work on yourself. Develop this secure attachment style. That will probably change the dynamic of the relationship. But never, ever, ever, ever forget that at any point in time, they're adults. They can make their own decisions. They can decide, okay, I'm going to stop self-sabotaging relationships. I'm going to stop treating my partner this way. They can decide, I want to be respectful. I want to give my partner, my ex, disclosure. Right? If this person is not willing to give you this, if this person doesn't have this amount of empathy to discuss things out, to give you, as I said, closure, even a discussion, not about getting back together, then ask yourself, why am I idealizing this relationship? Why am I getting so attached to this relationship? That's not helping you. So no, I'm not going to share with you any other signs that your ex is thinking about you. I don't care if your ex is thinking about you. What I care about is whether your ex will act upon this. Because I love you and I miss you without any actions, without any proof, it's irrelevant. So yes, in some cases, we can nudge and just test the water just because they are scared. Fair enough. But remember, they always have the option to reach out. They always have the option to reply or to ask mutual friends. And you shouldn't accept being treated in a way that is not in line with what you want. And maybe right now, because of this breakup, your self-esteem is shattered. And that's, the work that you have to do is to really boost that self-esteem. Especially if you have an anxious attachment style. People who have an anxious attachment style usually have a lower self-esteem. So that's where you have to start. Rather than focusing on the signs, rather than focusing on them, focus on you, on your reality. Build that self-esteem. Be the magnet. You need to be in a position where you feel, I didn't choose this decision. I didn't want this to happen. But now, if I want to take you back, I need to choose you. You need to prove me that you can make me happy. You need to prove me that we can have a healthier relationship. And I'm going to let go of the potential because you never ever materialize this potential. I had hopes. I was seeing a path. It was clear for me, the things that needed to be done. But it's clear that you haven't done those things. So I need to let go of this. And right now, it's over. Unless you prove me wrong. And it's not about the signs, it's about their actions. Take care.